Welcome, I'm the KnK, and this is my quickie review of Batman vs. Superman, the 150-minute trailer to Justice League. So Batman vs. Superman has finally come out, and I was fearing it. I am a huge DC fan, and I had no hope for this movie. Surprisingly, I enjoyed it a lot. Man of Steel was kind of mediocre, had a few good moments, but ultimately, I could do without it. Thankfully, this movie is way better than that. Well, maybe not way better, but better. Now to start with the positives. First, Ben Affleck is phenomenal in this role as both Bruce and Batman. He does such a great job that he is hands down the best Batman we have ever had in live action. The bat suit is well done, and yeah, there are moments when he kind of kills people that does kind of irk me, but I can get over it. Except for maybe one specific scene, but whatever. Jeremy Irons is also incredible as Alfred, and the two characters banter back and forth with such rich chemistry that I haven't seen Batman and Alfred really have since Batman the Animated Series. Wonder Woman is another positive. There are scenes that her and Bruce share together that are really fun and enjoyable, and ultimately she is done justice in this movie in the final fight scene. Her lasso is really cool to see too. Not really sure what's up with the shield and sword, but whatever. The first 90 minutes are actually pretty enjoyable and solid. There are some things that happen throughout, but overall, it actually was starting out to be a pretty good movie. And Perry White is hilarious in this. He has some truly great one-liners that go hand in hand with Jeremy Irons' Alfred's one-liners. Now for the negatives, and there are quite a lot of them. First, the biggest one, which is the biggest annoyance of it all, and that is Jesse Eisenberg's Alexander Luthor. He is supposed to be the original Lex Luthor's son, which helps, but not by much. He is just an idiot this entire movie. All I kept wanting to hear was him to start calling off rule numbers for a zombie apocalypse. He doesn't work. He's completely miscast. And it's a shame because I was expecting him to pull off Lex in the same manner that Ledger had pulled off Joker. He is terrible. His dialogue is cringeworthy, and most of what he does is horrible. He does not need to be here, and he brings down the movie a lot. He takes at least a point to maybe a point and a half off the final score. Now the other thing is Superman. If you liked him in Man of Steel, you'll probably love him here. I'm kind of mixed. I didn't think he was all that great in Man of Steel because he was mopey and everything, and he pretty much just continues that here. Biggest problem though is he actually feels like he didn't even belong here. It feels like that Snyder wanted to make a Batman movie, but was told, well, we need to have Superman in there because of Man of Steel, so throw him in there, even though if he doesn't belong. So he actually feels shoehorned in what is essentially his own sequel. Lois, again, she starts out great. Amy Adams does a great job with the character, but she doesn't have much to work with. The second half of the movie, she pretty much becomes a damsel in distress just to have her there. Another negative is this movie is ugly. And what I mean by ugly is not like the fight scenes and everything, the CGI, there's way too much of it, which is also a negative, but I mean the colors are terrible. There's a courtroom scene where everything looks dark and people who are clearly wearing white shirts, it looks gray and unnatural. Superman's suit looks purple at times. It doesn't look good. And I hope this is not something that's going to be the same tone throughout the entire cinematic universe. Another thing is there's too many plot points. There are, like, the dream sequences Batman has are horrible. They are just there. They just pop up without any warning, and they're distracting. They take away from the narrative because you're just like, oh, this is stupid. This serves no purpose. There's just way too many plot points that go nowhere or are meant to sequel bait. And it forgot to be its own movie because it's trying to build everything up. It's pretty much Amazing Spider-Man 2 just more competent because of Batman and Alfred than Amazing Spider-Man 2. Doomsday is where the movie falls apart. Like I said, the first 90 or so minutes is pretty solid, but after that, everything just collapses. Doomsday, or as I like to call him, the cave troll from Lord of the Rings, is horrible. He's all CGI, and there's one scene which shows that Superman has learned nothing from Man of Steel. He punches Doomsday into a factory, and an entire factory explodes. And also it leads to an ending that it's too soon for this ending. It's like in The Dark Knight Rises when Batman had retired after being Batman for 9 months. It just doesn't make sense, and is something that should have been saved for the second Justice League movie, because we all know it's not going to stick, so it cheapens the value of it. In fact, it seems like it was done more for shock value than anything else. Also, yes, this movie does give hints of Flash, Aquaman, and Cyborg, as been told before. And I have to tell you, Ezra Miller, the scenes that they had of him in this movie, he is no Barry Allen. And I'm not just saying that because he's not Grant Gustin, but I did not see anything that was Barry Allen to me at all. He doesn't even try to even look like Barry Allen. He's too scruffy and dirty looking, I guess is the best way to put it. There's a lot of work to make him work for me for Flash. And Flash is my third favorite superhero of all time. So that movie has even higher expectations than some other stuff coming out. In the end, despite its negatives, it was an enjoyable movie overall. I don't know what I really want to score. It's either a 6 or a 7. I give both Dark Knight Rises and Man of Steel a 6 out of 10, and this movie is slightly better than those. So I think I'm going to give Dawn of Justice a 7 out of 10. It doesn't deserve the horrible backlash it is getting from the critics, but it definitely is worth the backlash on some of the other aspects, especially Eisenberg, and like I said, Doomsday. Ugh, that horrible reject of Ninja Turtle just should not have been in here. Lastly, there is no post-credit sequence. Well, until next time, bye.
I feel like I live in a world made of cardboard, always taking constant care not to break something, to break someone. Never allowing myself to lose control, even for a moment, or someone could die.